Welcome back. When we conduct an audit, we are going to have some observation, right? The observation could be positive, which we look for. The auditing is a conformity assessment process, so we look for conformity. Now, in the process, we may find some issues which are not in accordance with the requirements. It's not what is planned to be. It's not with the planned arrangement, or this is not what is expected, or which is not fulfilling the requirement. So if something does not fulfill the requirement, we call it non-conformity, non-fulfillment of a requirement. So now I will show you how ISO defines a non-conformity. We have explained what is audit. It's a systematic, independent, and documented process for obtaining objective evidence. We try to find objective evidence, evaluating it objectively. Means whatever objective evidence we are obtaining, we are evaluating them objectively without any interpretational prejudices, without any interpretational bias. We should look at the way they are supposed to mean without any bias towards or negativity or any preconceived notion. And what is the intent? To determine the extent to which the audit results are meeting the criteria. In other words, audit to extent to which the audit criteria, the requirements of the audit criteria means the requirement are fulfilled, are meeting the requirement. This is what is audit. So it's a basically performance evaluation process. Systematic, independent, documented process for obtaining objective evidence, evaluating it objectively to determine the extent to which the audit criteria are fulfilled. Now, if it is fulfilled, we call it conformity. If it is not fulfilled, we call it non-conformity. Let's see what is non-conformity. Non-conformity is non-fulfillment of a requirement. There is a requirement which has not been fulfilled. For example, an organization is required to review the customer request when they receive it to ensure that they have got the capability to offer the service meeting the customer requirement within the time, with the quality and other parameters, and they can offer it to the customer. And there is no ambiguity. The requirements are all clear. Once this review is done, if there is any ambiguity that needs to be clarified with the customer before you offer the product and services to the customer, that's what the standard requirement is. Now, in case this is not done, we call it a non-conformity. Now, for example, the review is done, but there are some ambiguities which has not been clarified, which is also a requirement, then also it's a non-conformity. It's not meeting the full requirement. It is possible that they have done, clarified everything, but did not keep the record. Now, the standard requires the record of such a review is retained as documented information. So if that is not retained, then this is again a non-conformity. So non-conformity is non-fulfillment of a requirement. There has to be a requirement against which we assess conformity. If it is not fulfilled, we call it non-conformity. When there is a non-conformity, you have to really look at what happened, what went wrong. So you will have to take a correction. Now, what is correction? Correction is action to eliminate the detected non-conformity. So you take some action to eliminate the non-conformity. For example, in the previous case, there was no record of a review of customer requirements, and those records are not retained. Now you took that order again, did all the documentation that was reviewed, that you keep that record. Now you prepared the record and kept it. That's a correction. The record was not there. You have developed the record and retaining it now. So you have taken a corrective action, correction. You have taken a correction. You have eliminated the detected non-conformity. And what is a corrective action? Corrective action is action to eliminate the root causes, the causes of the non-conformity, and to prevent recurrence. So the whole idea is, just imagine you have prepared a record of the review and retaining it. That does not guarantee the next time this also will be done. So you need to establish a process that every time there is a request, this is reviewed, the clarifications are sought from the customer if there is any ambiguity. All communications are recorded, and record of such review is retained as documented information. And this will be done for all jobs. So it was possibly done, not maintained due to lack of manpower, lack of clarity, lack of understanding of the requirement. So these were the causes. Now you have taken those preventive measures, you have taken some actions that now on for all future jobs, this will be done. Now, this is a corrective action. So corrective action is action to eliminate the causes of the non-conformity with an aim to prevent reoccurrence.